quick enough that it feels like I could passage out of that or piaffe out of that. But just, it's, I mean, and you have to kind of play with it where you're going, I need to feel like I could just walk a really pure, solid 4-beat regular walk, and then just in one stride be able to light them up enough to get them to passage or get them to piaffe out of that. Which, like I said, there's kind of a trick to it in the sense that it doesn't just happen. You kind of literally just have to train it where you're going, I need this type of walk to walk, I need this type of walk to piaffe, and I need to own the two of them and be able to link them together in just 1 or 2 steps. Better already though in the walk. Yeah. Good. Good. That's the best now on the short side, yeah. Good. And you make them quick. You're within there. Yes, good. Good. And really play with that. A little quicker. I wouldn't say slower, but I kind of look, yeah, perfect. I was just going to say, I look at it like just pushing the clutch in and rev the gas pedal once or twice, where you're not really going anywhere. You just check on the engine. Could you rev the RPMs up a little bit? And again, just a little quickening. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. That was good with the whip. Is exactly what he needed. Good. Love it. Love it. Nice. Yeah, good steps in there. Make it once even a little more ground covering the passage, just a little. But again, just going, kind of checking in with all of the, quote unquote, can I? Can I make you longer strided and still be passaging? Can I make you shorter strided and still passage? Could I be in the passage and make you faster? Yeah. So that by the time you come in and you need to ride that transition and you need those piaffe steps, you've already checked that all of those kind of possibilities, you own and have control of all of the possibilities. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yes. Super. Good. Little walk break once. Just let him. That's just good there. He went a whole lap around the arena. The last long side there was great, especially the second half. Yeah. But I think too, just this homework now, the next couple of weeks, like with that canyon work and adding that power and seeing if you can get him to, get to that point where you could let go an extra inch or so in the rain. That homework with that piaffe passage work is getting to the point where it feels like that piaffe lives inside of your passage. And they basically become the same thing. So there's all this gray area, and there's no adamant, clear start and stop between piaffe and passage, if that makes sense. So you're taking this passage and you're going a little bigger and smaller and faster and slower, and it's so adjustable. All of a sudden you could passage in place, and you're not even thinking of it as piaffe anymore. So that it has that nice bouncy cadence, like the last bit of passage you had, where it's quick, it's light-footed, it's off the ground, and then you've adjusted it and played it in and out like a giant accordion so much, you could put him on the spot and just keep right on passaging along. So to him, he's just thinking of passaging on in place instead of it being anything different in terms of a movement. It's not a piaffe, it's a passage in place, so to speak. And really your passage in that way isn't even a passage, it's just a slower, quicker trot in a sense. Quicker to snap off the ground, but slower covering the ground in terms of the miles per hour. So it's basically just saying these are all going to blend together where there's no clear stopping point or starting point between any of them.
I know who you are.
Oh, she's got her eye on you now. Watch out.
How's it going, Janae? Are you having fun? All right.
You got to keep an eye on that one. She's pretty mean.
I know.
She's a cutthroat competitor too. She's out there like running into people.
Takes after her mother.
Good. A little quicker.
Yes.
Nice to get his hind legs to fire up. Even if you have to go a little tap tap with the whip.
What I thought of when I first.
Yep, yep, good, good. And then you kind of ease up and leave him alone. Just after the correction, you ease up and leave him for a minute. That's good. Yes, yes, yes. And that's that little bit of gray area I want where, yeah, okay, for a real passage, we want to maybe a little more ground covering, maybe. But then you start to get this, oh, I could do that on the spot. And I could creep it forward and I could bring it back. And there's just no change in the rhythm, the feeling in the contact, the way his back's feeling, the height of the stride. I love this now. Yeah. Yes. Good. Love it. Yeah. Perfect. Super. 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 Keep going out again. Feel in there after you, when you brought him back. First couple of steps stayed with this connection and this cadence, and then it flattened just a little bit. He lost the bounce in his back, but he kept lifting his legs high, right? There's a little break in there where he dropped the connection to the passage. And just again, on a day-to-day training basis at home, if you start to feel that, push back out 4 or 5 passage strides again, and then bring him back. So he doesn't lose this cadence. Pop, 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 pop. Right, right. For your test tomorrow, take what he gives you, right? Keep him settled, keep it quiet, keep it calm, just like you did yesterday. The next couple of months as you're training him now. Yes, good, 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 nice. Keep seeing if you can incorporate that passage cadence into those piaffe steps. And even if it's just you ride 3 piaffe steps and passage again because you're about to lose it, or 3 and in and out and in and out. Nice, those are great. Yeah, yeah. One of the best kind of places with that too, with your day-to-day training, to keep his back up and keep him connected so that the trots, the piaffe steps stay bouncing and trot-like, is like, if you notice, some of the best steps are in that turn. The turning is key. Robert said actually the same thing yesterday, right? These little turns and kind of serpentines when you're piaffing, because the turn itself, like if you're starting to piaffe and you take a rein and you open it and you draw them into a little bit of a bend and a little bit of a turn, their body kind of leans into that bend, right, as you're turning them, and they think they're going somewhere again. So they kind of tend to reconnect for you. Whereas once they're on the spot, if their neck lifts up a little bit and they kind of get to that stuck spot, that's where you get the legs just lifting, but there's no forward thought anymore. So the turning can do a lot over the next couple of weeks. Lots and lots of just that little blending, passaging, piaffing. I'm not really doing one of anything. And I just keep trying to bring my passage on the spot, and I'll turn him a little bit while I'm doing it, till it just starts to feel like, you know, the drawing of the trot through his body, the way the trot pulls, or it should, into the contact and takes you down the long side. Even when you're piaffing, that drawing feel in the contact stays in him. His frame looks better today overall. It's funny, just in the 2-3 days now, it's getting a little better connected into your hand. I think, you know, like I was saying with that, with the cadence of those piaffe steps, really thinking that it's a passage in place. Whatever you can get tomorrow, you just quietly take tomorrow. But I want you going home with some of those ideas also, to be able to go, okay, let's make this even better now. So it's not just, let's just get the test as good as we can get it and then send you away. Let's get the test as good as we can get it and get you on a good training plan for the next couple of months.
And that connection, I felt that. I just didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'd get out and go back in and it's the same thing.
Yeah, and what you have to think is, it's, you know, like the rhythm of those piaffe steps. There's 2 types of piaffes he does, right? There's the one where he kind of hits on the spot and his legs lift high, but nothing moves in his back. It doesn't bounce. No cadence to it. And then there's another piaffe where it's way more cadence than bouncy, but you feel like you can't hold it for long, or it comes and it goes. And that bounce is based on the passage steps that you can, I mean, in his case, it's based on the passage. So you think, what I always say is then the rhythm between the passage and the piaffe. The passage rhythm and the connection are the ones I like. The piaffe rhythm and the connection, that's the muddled one. So we use the passage connection to help generate a better one in the piaffe. So anytime you feel him drop that connection and start to shuffle his legs instead of trot him, where he drops his back to passage until you get him reconnected. If you're clever, sometimes that's just 2 passage steps. So that in the long run, like you feel him drop it in a piaffe in a test, and you just think forward, and he piaffes a little forward, but he gets the cadence and the swing back. But in the meantime, if it takes 10 steps, take 10 steps. And so then you get them reconnected to your passage rhythm and the that you want for your piaffe. It's in there in the passage. Then you just take that passage and make it shorter, 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 bringing it back onto the spot again. If he gets to being on the spot, great. If he doesn't, fine. The moment he drops it, push a little bit back out again. So if you're in passage and he kind of drops it and gets wiggly, power up the passage a little more. If you're bringing him back and he drops it and starts to shuffle, push back up to passage again, where you go, I'm not going to let you come back to these piaffe steps unless you stay up in your back, arching out to my hand connected for me. So the rhythm of the passage follows me back into the piaffe. And up to you on how much you want to do today. You know him best in that way.